And hello.
Do you mind if I do it today?
Go ahead. Knock your boots. Go ahead.
Hello, ladies, gentlemen, children, old people, and everybody in between. Welcome to the High Button Podcast. I am Tommy Guns Jr., and the gentleman to my left goes by Justin Belanger. How you doing, Justin?
I'm well, Tommy. Thank you for asking.
What's the date today?
That. The date?
Yeah.
It's the 21st. We're on episode number 47.
47.
3 away from 50.
3 away. That's a big.
I look to my right. I see LeBron James dominating a series. And
you know what? I expected a lot more out of this series. Especially the way the regular season series went.
Do you think LeBron James is even like preparing for a game like this, or do you think his mind is just Golden State, Golden State, Golden State?
No, you don't think of the next team ahead of time.
You don't think?
No.
Do you think they sweep the series?
Yeah, absolutely. Isaiah Thomas is gone.
So, do you think he's actually hurt?
No, they said he might need surgery. Like, he's out for the playoffs.
Yeah, okay, maybe. Yeah. He's done for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just this game. Okay. That's terrible.
So, I wanted to touch on, speaking of LeBron, I feel like LeBron, it happened to Kobe as well. When you dominate for so long, they look for other people to give the MVP award to. Like, Kobe has one MVP.
Mm-hmm. Kobe has one MVP?
That's it.
I wonder if he gets like pissed off about that.
Like, you ever see the stats? There's one of the years that Steve Nash won MVP. Kobe, he averaged like 31 points a game. Steve Nash averaged 17 and 10. And Kobe averaged like... And who else? There was someone else who should have won that year, who could have won that year too. Anyway, but yeah, there's no like... Yeah, I understand Harden and Westbrook had great seasons, but
yeah,
LeBron's LeBron.
So in order for LeBron to get MVP, he has to be better than what he already is what you're saying. Even though he's the best player, he just wasn't greater than what he was last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah, people get bored of just giving him the MVP, I think.
See, this is why I hate talking about sports. Even when I talk about sports, it's because it's just no one really knows what's going through a player's mind when they're out there. And we always talk about, I understand it creates for conversation and it creates for generating income and for television and things like that, but at the end of the day, when all these professional analysts talk about these players and they know what they're thinking and they know what their game plan is,
it's a bunch of nonsense.
It's nonsense. No one actually, the only person that actually knows what's going on in that game is how many players are on the floor right now.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, you can comment on it, you can show confidence towards whatever you're saying, yell out a bunch of statistics, and then make average people that don't know sports think that you're incredibly intelligent, and then, you know...
I hate watching sports analysts.
I hate talking about sports.
But we talk about it like every podcast.
I know, because it's hard not to, because it's addicting. It's in your face 24/7. It's hard not to.
Yeah, it's
hard not to.
Yeah.
There's better... Yeah, it's...
Well, for instance, I spent most of today watching sports.
Yeah.
So, like, I come here. What did I do today? What's on my mind? Sports. But, like, these analysts, there's so many of them. Why are there different shows? They all talk about the same shit. And none of them have... And it's, like, with hockey, a sport that we've both played for a long time, it makes me sick sometimes. That doesn't make me sick. But... some of the shit I hear them saying that is nonsense. It's bogus. It doesn't make any sense. It has no merit, and doesn't even...
It's almost there for a comedic purpose. A perfect example of that is Skip Bayless.
Oh.
And I'll admit to it, when I was younger and I was naive, I still am, I love that shit. I love people yelling at each other on TV. I honestly, I didn't mind it. Now that I'm older and I'm getting more a little bit, because when I played hockey, all I watched was hockey. And then when I got outside hockey and I was done it, I started watching other sports. And then with other sports comes other broadcasters, other people that are analyzing the game. Because all I ever listened to was like Don Cherry and the panel. Yeah. And then when I started listening to these other people in America talk about basketball, I was like, this is new. I like this. Okay, yeah, they're getting up in arms about things. I don't know if it matters. Does it matter? I have no idea. And now that I've been following basketball for a couple of years now, and I know a little bit more about the game, and I see these clowns on TV just...
And it amazes me how many of these clowns are former players.
Yeah, but do you understand, though, from their perspective that they need the ratings, and they need that. You have to understand the average viewer is not like you and I and you.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's the world we live in.
It's ruined. It almost like it takes away from the game a lot. I think
it takes a massive portion away from the game. It takes away like the authenticity. I guess maybe not away from the game, but everything outside the game. Like, it would be terrible being a professional athlete right now and having to answer these questions after the game.
Yeah, the only time I can see
it, holy shit.
I enjoy the analysts and like when they're talking about off the court issues like the draft. And,
yeah, you like that?
Well, it's stuff that you don't know. You don't know who's coming up. You don't know what to expect.
Okay, okay.
I respect that, but some of this is just.
But could you imagine? Okay, picture yourself. You're an NBA player. You get off practice. You got to do post-game interviews, whatever, with the media, and you're getting asked questions like, you know, how was your father figure growing up, teaching you how to play basketball? And you get that question asked you on a Tuesday afternoon. It's like, what?
Who was it that?
What does that have?
Was it John Tortorella goes? I don't know how to answer that question.
Yeah, like
she goes. How did you guys defend in the neutral zone?
Yeah, how did you guys defend in the neutral zone? And it's just the dummies, like the people that are allowed in those rooms to ask, like they get the credentials. They have to crack down on that a little bit more. I think it's ridiculous. It's barbaric. Yeah. But then again, I keep contradicting myself because they have to let those people in there to ask those stupid questions.
They don't
feed the stupid people.
Yeah,
they have to. It's hard to. In order to sell hockey or even to sell basketball, you need people like Skip Bayless. You need people like Stephen A. Smith. You need these people.
I don't think so.
You don't think?
I don't know. The sport's the sport, man.
Yeah, but I think people draw more towards the sport outside of the conversation. Like, people love going to that conversation outside of the game and then going to watch the game.
The worst is when they twist someone's words. It's like, what was it? Fuck. Who said something? I forget. I think it was Shaq's son. They asked him about playing LeBron one-on-one.
Yeah.
And he was... and they twist his words. And oh, no. This is the one I'm really thinking of. It was a player on the Celtics, the rookie, Brown.
Okay.
He was talking about playing against LeBron. He's like, you can't look at him like he's a Superman out there. Like, you're out there playing with this guy. You have to... Like, you have to, in order to stop, you got to believe that he's just, like, you can do it.
Yeah.
And then the analyst twists his words, and they're just like, what's his name? Something Brown is saying that LeBron's not a special player and he's no different. It's like, that's not what he's saying.
Well, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It would be very annoying. And especially with social media.
It's like that with music. I find that with music, too. Like, you ever watch
a rap game like that?
Yes.
Not the rap game, just the music game?
Yeah. I got a lot of beef with Complex Magazine.
Why?
They're young kids who don't understand hip-hop at all, and they're out there making these bold statements. And Joe Budden's on the show, and everyone...
Complex has a show?
There's like, then I speak about rap, and they have a guy from Complex argue with Joe Budden all the time. And they argued about the Frank Ocean song with Tyler, the Creator, and Jay-Z?
Yeah, that was a good song.
The guy from Complex is talking about how much better Tyler, the Creator's verse was than Jay-Z's. And it's like... how does this guy have credentials to be on the show if he's saying stuff like that?
See, you're out of my ballpark talking about this stuff. Unfortunately, when I listen to music, still I listen to the beat and the.
Yeah, but you're not. I guess you're not on TV talking about it either.
I am not. But I'm smart enough to know that I don't know anything about that. Yeah. Even if I did know anything about it, I still wouldn't be on.
No.
On air. No. Maybe I would if they asked me to. But sports.
This seems.
I know. If you're listening to the pod, there's Dave Chappelle in the back with the glasses. Oh man, that was hilarious.
Oh, he lives in Ohio, doesn't he?
No, he might.
He lives outside of Cleveland.
Does he? That's funny. We got new. What do you call these microphone arms? Trying them out. We'll see how they do.
They are like arms, aren't they?
They're like
get the elbow.
Scissor arms.
It's got the ligament right here.
Yeah.
The spring.
I wish we'd like
spring.
I wish our podcast setup we were facing each other. It'd be a lot better because I find like when you're talking to me, your mouth like, like I'm trying. Yeah. You know what I mean? I feel that has a big part to do with the audio, why we're not connecting with one another. Or at least like the sound.
How did you get yours like that though? Did it go sideways?
Just twist it. You can bring it that, but
but now I'm not still up.
Look how I'm sitting. I'm sitting like this. I'm facing you. You see?
Yeah, I don't like it.
So it's different like that.
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, it's just I don't know. Imagine social media as a professional, social media as a celebrity. That could be terrifying.
Awful.
If you imagine if you were a celebrity and you wanted to go to the club and just get absolutely fucking hammered, you knew the next morning waking up there would be something about you on the internet. You can't go out.
Yeah.
Same with a professional athlete, except professional athlete, there's more riding on it because it's, as a professional athlete, you're looked up to keep a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
I think that's a big reason why Johnny Manziel's fucked up. Imagine if we lived back in the 80s and he was doing the things he was doing and we didn't really see it.
No,
he wouldn't be, it's okay, it's Johnny Manziel. No one knows what he's doing.
But then back in the 80s, like,
what?
Athletes just drank.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm sure athletes still do it now, but they do it in the privacy of their own.
Oh, remember
That's why all these.
What was the Cocaine Cowboys? The guy said the night before the Super Bowl, he had the whole Pittsburgh Steelers in his.
Now imagine if that happened in 2017.
It wouldn't. It couldn't.
It could. Well, it still might. It just might happen in the privacy of their home with no cameras around.
Yeah.
The point is that they can't go out. Everyone's a paparazzi. It's just too much riding on it. I really have no idea what I'm talking about. That's just what I think about.
When the high button takes off, are you gonna go like throw racks in the strip club? Big wad of cash? Magic City?
I don't know. I'm not that type of person now. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a strip. I haven't been in enough strip clubs to know if I'm a strip club guy. I'm a guy, so I like strip clubs. I know that, but
I find it weird.
I don't know if I'm the type of guy that I feel arrogant. I feel like
it's like titties, and then it's like
I'm gonna throw money at those titties. It's like those titties can work for my money. It's not. You don't need to celebrate and throw money in the air. Maybe you do. Yeah, have you ever seen a white guy throw money in the air at a strip club?
I saw a Middle Eastern guy.
I feel like white people just don't do that.
It was a real hood strip club in Los Angeles. This guy was there by himself. He was like this tall, skinny.
Whoa. You're in Los Angeles at a strip club. There's a white guy by himself.
No, he was like Middle Eastern, maybe.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said white. Okay.
But he wasn't like American, but like you can tell his background was Middle Eastern. Yeah. So, but like he was a little skinny guy and he was just by himself, and he was the most out of place guy there.
Why is he by himself?
I don't know. And he was just throwing stacks, just running around, just taking the money and just like throwing it over his head.
What? Was he in like a VIP section by himself, or he's just out and about with the general public?
It's tough to tell the difference in a strip club.
That's crazy. You've spent some time in America. You're going to America this weekend. Do you notice the difference between Canadians and Americans?
Oh yeah.
What do you notice? Arrogance, confidence,
well, it's like
cockiness,
another thing. Keep in mind how big the United States is. Is it the United States? Because it's more than
how big the United States is.
Because it's states. It's plural.
Think about how big the United States are.
I don't know.
Anyway. Ben will know that. Ben's good with that.
Ben, if you could answer us. But a Texan is a lot different than a New Yorker. So I mean, obviously, I don't know.
Okay, that's a great point. So then, which leads to my second question: what's one characteristic in every single state in America? I guess, but you haven't been there. Every single state.
I will say, and this is probably contrary to popular belief, I found Los Angeles to be the nicer people.
Yeah, I found that
people
too.
Who would I could go in, I could ask someone at a store something, and they'd take the time to help me out.
Okay, let me ask you a different question, because you've been to New York and LA. What's the difference you think between those two people?
The people?
The people.
There's a lot of angry people in New York. A lot, yeah.
A lot of honking.
Oh, it's every 2 seconds. You don't go a minute without hearing a honk.
That's incredible. I couldn't live like that.
But going into some of the shops there, because every shop is so unique. Yeah, this one place we went into, the guy the workers will talk to you all day.
Like the construction workers.
No, the people who work in the shops, in this pasta joint that we went to.
Okay.
He used to tell us that Brian Giunta used to go there before every game.
That's cool.
Yeah, and he was just we made friends with him and stuff, and they're very friendly in that sense. Yeah. But I guess those are people who are trying to sell you shit too.
Yeah. I feel like New Yorkers are great storytellers.
They just go through so much shit. And
on a day-to-day basis.
And a regular conversation with somebody is they don't have the time to be polite.
Yeah. They're in a rush. But that has to do with the city. That's the city. It's the city rush. It's the big city feel.
Yeah, when we checked into our hotel, we went there and we just walked in, And like, I didn't understand what the guy at the front desk was trying to tell us, and I was like, "This guy's a fucking asshole." And then, but he ended up getting us a better room than we paid for, and saving us a lot of money. And he was just so busy because it's a huge hotel, ton of people trying to check in, and he just didn't have time to be kind to us. And he ended up helping us out. And
question: was it a nice hotel or was it an average hotel? Just be honest, because if it was an average hotel, you're going to expect average customer service.
It was average, but it was still. It's in the heart of Manhattan.
Yeah, I feel that's.
I look back at some of these trips and I realize how much fucking I wasted them.
Why?
Just not going to places like I went to New York, and I know I still I didn't really go anywhere in New York.
It's New York. There's so many things that you can see. You know,
exactly, and I barely saw. I did some cool shit.
How long were you there for?
What, like 5 days?
Well, yeah, that's nothing. That's nothing. 5 days? You can't do anything in 5 days. You got to be there for like a month to.
Yeah, but I only went out drinking at a bar once.
Oh yeah, well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, like I said a couple podcasts ago, all I like to do when I go to these cities is just eat, drink, talk to people.
But on the other hand, we did do some cool shit.
You like the touristy stuff? You like the history?
No. I'll never go on a tour guide thing. No. I want to discover shit on my own.
Go on the high bus. Look at the buildings. Oh my god!
See, every city has two parts to it. There's the part where the everyday tourist goes, and they show you shit that really has nothing. Like, they're just tourist places that people in the city don't go to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's big in LA. Like when you go on the strip, they have a lot of like celebrity house tours.
And every time the locals will say, "Don't go on this."
Yeah,
shit.
Go see Brad Pitt's house for only $50 American.
And it's like what? And it's like the places where.
How are we supposed to know it's Brad Pitt's house?
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Why do you want to see Brad Pitt's house? What did Brad Pitt? Did I say Brad Pitt? But the first time, did I say Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt?
You said Brad Pitt.
Okay, I thought I was thinking Tom Cruise, but I said Brad Pitt.
Is that him in the window? Is that him standing on the couch?
What they do is they probably just get a random house. They put a cardboard picture of Brad Pitt in the window. That's him. That's his house. Money's worth right there. It's like whale watching. People come to Canada or the East Coast or West Coast to go whale watching. You go to LA, you go celebrity sighting.
I love when people come back from whale watchings. Like, did you see anything? They're like, nope.
Whale watching on the East Coast, man. Like, because I was in the tourist industry, it's a scam. Like, you go down to the waterfront and there's a big sign, whale watching. They haven't seen a whale in years. There's no whales. But I had to recommend it because we had like a deal with them, like the whale industry in the hotel. We had like
the whale industry.
I don't know what the fuck you want to call them. They were like, yeah, just make sure you recommend us. We'll give you 10% off, whatever. So we always just, because it's something to get them out of the hotel for like 2 hours at a time, so they're out of my face. So yeah, go whale watching, get out of here. And they always come back, and I know the answers. Like, hey, did you see any whales? They
come back exhausted, splashed with water.
They're all salty. Did you see any whales out there? No. They said no. There's none. They're gonna be there tomorrow though. They said so. We're gonna go back tomorrow. They're like, oh yeah, good luck.
Yeah, then.
And they always. It's people from like Middle America love the Middle America and like. China, Japan. I don't know the difference.
I feel like there's Asians everywhere.
Yeah,
every time you say you're gonna go to a city, it's like, oh, there are a lot of Asians there. Yeah, there are a lot of Asians everywhere.
Yeah, but remember how I was talking? Like, they love oddly Anna Green Gables.
Yeah, what is? I don't understand that.
They love Anna Green Gables. They love like PEI potatoes. They love
PEI must have a nice advertising thing going.
They must know what they're doing. People love the fact that there's an island in Canada and it's its own province. They gotta go. Islands are a big deal. The bridge, think about it, the longest bridge in North America.
It's the second longest in the world now, I think.
People fucking love shit like that. This transfers all the way back to Europe and how they make money on put people on top of things, and that's how they make money. Get a long ass bridge, put people on top of it. They're gonna want to go on it. I'm telling you. People come to the hotel and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go on the Confederate Bridge tomorrow. It's gonna be awesome."
And so like everyone who comes to the East Coast, it's like, "Oh, we gotta go to Peggy's Cove." Yeah, and I'm like, "It's just rocks.
Just rocks.
It's cool. Don't get me wrong, it's cool, but it's a long drive. It's windy.
And to be honest,
it's dangerous.
I wish I enjoyed things like that because seeing people get so much joy out of seeing water and rocks in a lighthouse, they're fucking get a boner for it.
Yeah.
You know, but maybe it has, at the same time, it might have something to do with the fact that we grew up near it. We've been around it our whole life.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but I want to meet as many locals as possible when I go somewhere. Like I don't like.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
You don't want to go with the
when people go traveling and then they go to IHOP and they go shopping at like the mall that has the exact same stores as every city. It's like that's not.
Repeat that again.
When people like they go to like chain restaurants and
yeah,
when they're traveling, it's like what the fuck you can
go to Italy and then you go to IHOP. It's like
I'm not sure that's an option.
I understand though. Yeah, I completely agree. It's pointless.
It's like the people who travel to Maine every year to go shopping.
Yeah, that's another big one. That's they go to Maine to go shopping. It's like, really? Does it matter?
It's like an 18-hour drive.
That's like a big family thing though. Like I don't think people do that when they're older. When you're younger, I think when you're like a parent and you have kids, you do anything to get out of the house. But then again,
drive to Maine.
Yeah, you're right. If I want to get out of the house, I don't know if I want to get out of the house with the kids.
Yeah,
but that was a big one. Drive to Maine. Down to Boston was a big one.
I think
go down to Boston for the week.
I like how now when I'm traveling, I'm starting to know what I like to do. Like the first time I traveled, I didn't know what I wanted to do there.
Yeah.
And now it's I like to local food.
Yeah.
Local everything.
Well, it's just
because that's how you know about a place.
I think it's just stay away from where the tourists go. Stay away from that. Hang out with the locals. I think that's just what you do. I'm trying. Well, I don't travel enough to really have this rule, but when I do eventually one day travel a lot in my life, I want to stay in these places for longer. Let's say I go to Europe next week, and I'm only there for a week.
That's not long enough.
Okay, let's say I go for 2 weeks.
Where in Europe?
Well, that's what I'm getting to.
How many consecutive episodes have you just said Europe?
I love Europe.
Do you know how big Europe is?
Do I sound pretentious when I bring up Europe?
No, you sound like an idiot because you're putting like how many countries are in Europe?
I'd rather sound like an idiot than pretentious, so I'm just going to continue what I'm talking about. I want to stay in more places than stay there for 2 days than travel somewhere.
Oh, you mean stay there longer?
Stay there longer. Yeah. I'd rather stay.
So you'd like to go to Switzerland for a week?
Love to go to Switzerland for a week. Love to talk to the people. Love to say, hey, how you doing? I'm Justin. Give me some cheese. Is that what they have? That's what or chocolate.
Swiss cheese and chocolate.
Is it? It's one of the. It's Swiss. It's
you can have more than one.
You know, and yeah, because I feel if I'm there for 2 days, I'm sleeping for at least 14 hours. Then the other whatever hours are left. What am I gonna do? Get drunk a couple times? No, I need to be there for a week.
Yeah.
So that's my new rule. If I'm traveling, I'm staying there for more than.
At least 5 days. At least.
Like you're going to Vegas for 10 days? That's awesome.
No, 5 days.
5 days?
6 days.
Even still.
6 days. I don't know.
You're going to experience Vegas. You're going to be there for 6 fucking days. You're going to experience it head to toe. I'm sure there's going to be other things that you're going to miss.
I'm going to know the hotel doorman's name.
Yeah.
Hey Billy. Hey Rick.
Do me a favor.
Hey Dave.
Take a run in Vegas.
No.
Yes.
You know how hot it is in Vegas? It's in the middle of the desert. Run down the strip or run by the cacti.
I just feel running in a new city is a good place to get lost, and getting lost is a good thing to like find new places in Vegas.
You know what I am going to do in Vegas?
I just think that would be a cool thing to do.
I'm going to spend a lot of time off of the strip. I'm going to go downtown.
Downtown Vegas? Isn't downtown Vegas just the strip?
No, the strip isn't in Las Vegas.
Where's the strip?
It's in a town called Paradise.
What?
Yeah,
that's kind of cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Is
Vegas big? Is I don't have.
Well, like downtown.
People live there? Or is it just hotels?
Yeah, people live there.
I guess Floyd Mayweather lives there. It might be the only.
Does
guy.
he?
Yeah, he lives in Vegas.
Really?
He lives like 20 minutes. I used to watch those HBO specials all the time before his fights. He lives like 20 minutes away from the strip.
Yeah, like
people live there.
Apparently downtown. I've been doing some reading. Downtown.
I'm gonna start saying that.
I was.
I know.
It was online.
Sounds good. It's like, oh, Tom's been reading. I'm just watching TV.
Reading about Vegas.
I've been reading up on some stuff.
Well,
if you say I've been reading, I believe you more than you say I saw it on the internet. Yeah, I've been reading.
I read it off the internet though. I didn't buy a Vegas book.
Well, you broke even there. You read it off the internet. Then you read and you're on the internet, so you broke even.
Yeah, but I read like a Vegas guide, and they said the downtown, it used to be run down, but now it's like, you know how every city has that rejuvenated part of town where it's like used to be a shitty part of town, and now it's kind of like cool and hipster sort of thing? That's the downtown of Vegas.
Okay.
So that's why I want to check it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lots of craft beer places.
You definitely, because you know you're allowed to drink on the streets in Vegas.
Yeah.
So definitely take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Buy one of those tall green cups with the straw and just sip on a fucking whatever all day.
You can use a plastic cup.
Did you say?
What was that?
I think it was the TV. It's an old TV. Does your hotel have a pool?
It's got like a pool bar.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
You definitely have to spend.
Well,
time
I get there like something like 8 or 10 hours before my brother and my dad, so I got to do something by myself.
I think you answered this question for me yesterday, but do you wear sunscreen?
No.
You don't wear sunscreen, eh?
No.
Never. Like, do you remember the last time you wore sunscreen?
I'll wear sunscreen if I'm in a situation where I'm bound to get burnt just to avoid the sunburn.
Yeah.
But I try not to wear it. I don't think I don't trust it.
Have you looked at the weather for Vegas next week when you're there?
No. I assume it's hot and dry. It's a desert.
That's something you don't do. Eh? You're not a big prepare guy. You don't. Have you like? You don't. You're not. Really,
I don't know. I read up on it.
The weather or Vegas?
Vegas.
I don't think you have to read up on Vegas. You know what Vegas is.
Yeah, but I don't want to be like these previous conversation we just had was about just going to a city and doing what the tourists do. I don't want to.
Well, then why do you read up on it? If you read up on it, they're gonna tell that's the tourist.
No. I read up on the hipster guide.
Oh, the hipster guide.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
And the first line was, "Don't make the mistake as every tourist."
See, I wouldn't have thought there was a hipster guide to Vegas.
There's a hipster guide to everywhere.
I believe that. But when you think of Vegas, you don't automatically think of hipster. You think of, you think of the movie Casino. Have you seen that movie before?
Yeah. Actually, I didn't. This wasn't even a hipster guide. It was what was it? It wasn't Vice. Oh, Vice has a good article.
Vice has a great article.
And I trust them. They're not going to tell me to get on a tour bus and go see all the. They're not going to tell me to go take a picture by the Las Vegas sign.
Anything Vice says, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe that. But yeah, man, that'll be awesome. Vegas.
I've learned not to.
Any fights? Any?
I don't know.
Boxing? You gotta. Are you gonna go see a show? You're not a show
baseball
guy.
Game.
AAA.
Yeah.
Definitely go see like the new rink, the new Golden Knights rink.
Yeah.
It would be sick if there was like a boxing match or something. And
well, there's got to be a fight.
Yeah, there has to be something. Definitely go check it out.
I want to golf for sure. That'd be hot. That'd be a sweaty golf game. Ugh.
You got to. These are things you got to do. You got to golf in Vegas. You got to gamble. It's a big bucket list place.
I've been working on my blackjack strategy today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Well, I read up on it.
Yeah. Oh, did you? Okay.
And then
on the internet.
Yeah.
And you go to the library.
I swiped my public library card.
It's amazing that libraries are still a thing.
You know what? Remember when they got the new one in Halifax? I had never been to the library until then.
Yeah.
But if you have a good library with lots of resources, it's a cool place. Especially if you're a student. If you're a student and it's a great place to go work on stuff.
I get it's good for like group projects. I don't like being around people when I study. Not that, well, with that being said, I didn't really study much, but
yeah, it was good for me though because it was right by my school and my work, and I didn't live by that area.
I guess so. Anyways, continue with the blackjack.
Oh no, I think I'm gonna try my hand here. No pun intended.
Yeah, you'll have a good time. Are you gonna get maybe go to a spa or anything? Do something?
No,
wear a robe?
Do a fucking spa. I'm gonna wear a robe.
You know what you should do is watch the episode of Entourage where they went to Vegas before you go to Vegas. That'll get you in the mood. Watch it on the flight or something.
That's one of the best things you ever said to me.
Vegas, baby, Vegas. And one of the best lines.
Hit me with it.
From that episode is Johnny Jama coming out of the hotel room with his own robe, and then E goes, "You brought your own robe?" And then Johnny goes, "Why wouldn't I?" And then he just walks right past Steve, right down to the massage. Oh man, it was hilarious.
Oh, and when he locked down the guy's hand, he's like, "I don't want your hands touching anyone else."
Yeah, he's like, "Sorry, honey, he's with me." You got her in the party.
he sees him rubbing her back.
Yeah. Oh man, that was a great episode. Man, I want to come with you. Fuck, that's gonna be so much fun. 10 days, Vegas.
You got the money.
Just the boys.
Yeah, I know you got it saved. You've been saving up.
Justin over here has the Skrilla.
I'll move my flight if you're 2 days early. If you
How much was your round trip? 300, 400?
Something like that.
Man, I'd love to fucking come. That'd be awesome. We'll go back.
Yeah, it's only a hop, skip, and a jump.
I don't know if I'd go back June, July, August though.
I just realized I'm not going to be there on a Saturday night.
I I think that's even cool. I feel like Vegas is a city that you don't even. It doesn't matter what day.
Oh, and I also read not to buy Coke from the guys outside the casinos.
Okay,
It's
that's good to know.
They'll give you fake stuff.
Fake stuff. They'll give you.
Yeah, it was